mode. Dynamic banter. Time to shut up. Start the show.
I'm separating out the emotions of my dead wife.
You should make that into a show.
No, it ain't got none legs.
Dude, if I was Ben Stiller, I would be making shows every day. I don't know what he's doing right now. Like, what are you doing right now? Finish
I
up.
fucked way up. I recorded everything that I did, so now it sounds like this. So we might not have ad music because it sounds like that.
Try undo like a bunch of times.
I'm gonna have to hit undo 1,000 times.
Just hold it down.
So it's this one and this one.
It should be.
Let's see if that worked. I think it's a little better than it was.
Where's that noise sound coming from?
I think it's the...
It's this fucking cable?
Yeah.
Oh well, it'll work.
What cable?
I'll just put a noise.
This one?
I'll put a noise gate.
We don't
on.
have to use that.
Well, but you know, dude, you went through so much. You just went through so much trouble to make.
Let's
it
get into the ads real fast.
Today's episode is brought to you by Headaches.
That's not good. That is not good. Dude, this is all I listen to now. Stuff like this. What are you trying to zero in on?
I like lo-fi shit. I feel like lo-fi is gonna go away, and people are gonna be like, "Ugh, you used to listen to fucking lo-fi? What's the matter with you? What are
Lo-fi already went away.
Really?
Yeah, dude,
I missed
everything
it.
started as lo-fi.
What is it now? Hi-fi?
Things are more hi-fi than they were. It's like saying SD, you only watch stuff in SD.
No, lo-fi like the genre of music.
Why do you feel like it's going to go away?
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, I bet I
I
could
know what
find.
you're talking about. Why do you feel like it's going to go away?
Because it's just one of those things where it's like of a time. Like, it's very much, and it's of its own little like subsection of fan base probably. Like, because I feel like lo-fi is one of those things you put on when you're gonna like study.
Yeah, but doesn't that make it more timeless?
I guess so, but like there was not like the lo-fi feels new-ish, the genre, and there was nothing before that. So do you feel like lo-fi will stick around? Like I feel like before that it was just jazz.
There's jazz. There's like easy listening. There's Kenny G.
Yeah,
There's like spa
but
nature sound.
that Kenny G shit is like gone. Like I feel like the boomers love it, like you know, but I don't know people that love like easy listening.
But there's like stuff
youths.
being gone, and there's stuff that's not like pushed to the forefront.
Yeah.
The zeitgeist for any reason. Like people are always gonna need easy listening stuff. There's always gonna be elevators.
Yeah. But that like even that Muzak sound, that like that like bossa nova kind of like that's kind of like faded out a little bit also. Like kind of like how classical music, like I feel like classical music is like here to stay, especially when it's used in like shows and shit. And I really feel like classical music survived through so much just from being in cartoons.
Yeah, but classical music isn't like it's not popular.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not popular, it's just there.
It doesn't go away though.
Yeah. And the easy listening stuff, like I feel like dude, I'm thinking of that specific Kenny G song.
Look up some royalty free easy listening. Oh, we're already listening to it.
Yeah. Well, that was like, let me type in easy because we use Epidemic Sound.
I think there's like literally a laid back genre.
Yeah, easy listening genre.
Let me see if I can have some over here.
Dude, whatever that is, it's easy to listen to.
It's back.
This is lo-fi feeling.
Yeah, this would be on that channel.
Yeah.
But it's more jazzy. So I feel like it's got that Kenny G kind of vibe.
I was
Let's
listening to
listen.
this. This is nice.
This is like hold music from like Kaiser Permanente or something. Or like yeah, well, you put you on a quick hold actually.
Here at Kaiser Permanente, we care about your health. And so we know that it's difficult waiting for an organ transplant, and we appreciate your patience. Somebody will call you with a liver right away. We got one of your kidneys online too. I'll transfer you real quick.
I feel like once you add those little beats in there, then it's lo-fi.
Lo-fi is just easy listening with updated sounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Once you add like modern-ish sounding things in there.
Yeah.
Lo-fi is great though. Like I'll just fucking I'll be like, I gotta get some cleaning done, and I've listened to my fucking playlist of 7,000 songs, and I feel like I've heard everything in it a billion times. So I'll just put on a fucking lo-fi.
You would like two artists that I've been listening to that kind of dabble in the just like nice to listen to all the time stuff. There's this guy Mad Keys who plays like jazz piano, who's so good. And then there's this band or guy called Flawed Mangoes, and they're my favorite. And then there is this guy Joey Pecoraro, who's very good.
This is all lo-fi jam, boys.
Joey I found on like one of those playlists. Because if I like emotionally feel something, if I'm driving and I'm like, my heart wants to hear the song all the time, I'll put it on the old liked playlist.
What is it that draws you in and makes you like, what do you think there's a specific formula that makes you go like, fuck, I want to save this to my song?
I think that fucking like that little threshold you pass where you can't like I can't use words to describe how it makes me feel is like the good part about music. So I can't always describe it, but I know, like, I always think about the drive from here to West Hollywood to the comedy clubs, and I never ever take the highway. And I go over like Mulholland and stuff like that as the sun is coming down, and I always think about that kind of music as I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Or like when you drive north out of LA on the PCH, what's left of it, or the 5, and you go through those rolling grass hills that were on that Windows background, Windows 95. That's the kind of shit.
Yeah. Like the Calabazas, the hills of Calabazas.
The killer of Calabazas.
And Topanga Canyon.
You take a left and go north around the Topanga and the Calabazas.
Yeah. There's like music tricks too that like make you feel like a certain way. Like major key is like very like ooh, like I'm feeling this vibe, and minor key is very like ooh, that's a mysterious thing going on.
And then there's the nostalgia one that you turn on and you watch images of snacks that are discontinued because they were giving us sicknesses. And then it's like what's that one song? Dude, me and Heather wrote lyrics to one of the nostalgic song. I don't know where my phone is, but you gotta trust me. Here it is.
I do trust you.
That's not gonna work.
What's the nostalgia songs? Like old time, like stuff from the 90s, 80s?
You wouldn't know it the second you heard it.
God, I wish I did.
I need it.
There's too much stuff on top of other stuff in here. Well, there was this song that made me feel nostalgia, and I looked at pictures of Ecto Cooler. This one.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
it's got that like yeah.
It's my favorite thing. Have we not talked about that before? Because I listen to that song.
It's got that like like that weird fun sound in there. Yeah.
And then there's like the slower version of that song.
It starts to like scramble my brain, the like amount of like sounds that like will suddenly just catch everybody and then be like, well, this has got to be the song we use in all these like Vines and TikToks and whatever. You
All the
remember
Vines?
Yeah.
Yeah, every Vine. And like what is it that made like what is it? Like, what is it that makes, like, a song get caught on? Like, I feel like there's probably some, like,
I think when a
planned
song
shit.
very clearly fits the tone of what you're trying to do, everyone's
Yeah.
like, I want to do that.
But,
as
like,
well.
how does it start? Like, how do you do that? Do you think the person that made that track is like, I'm going to make some fucking, like, nostalgia beats and see if, like, I can get, like, it's just the kind of thing that you could put underneath visuals that would just, like, work very perfectly. Like, I know musicians that just, like, they write music for the music. They're not thinking about how it could be used in a movie or a show. Or,
What's the
like,
question?
like how does that become the like soundtrack to like TikTok videos and like reels that are like nostalgia based things? Like, how does that song grip people enough to be like, is it just like someone uses it once and that video blows up? And
So
then
when
they
I
use the
say
song?
it fits the tone of what it is showing, it's like I think some of that like lo-fi or ambient stuff where the sounds have roots in nostalgic sounds, like a modified version of a keyboard you would have heard in the 90s over like liminal space stuff,
Yeah.
which is like spaces from the 90s
Yeah.
or like products from the 90s. It connects your brain to when you first heard that song, that like tone. And you're like, oh, that's kind of like a 90s keyboardish tone. But then I'm going to slow it down and like chip it up. And then I'm going to show you all this stuff that you were like the first time you might have heard a sound like this, you were also like eating Dunkaroos or something like that.
So you think it's like a sound, like a synthy sound. It's like this synthy sound that creates a nostalgia. Hang
Yeah.
on, let me get in here.
Come into the room before you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Oh God. Were you ever a kid in the playground and you try to get into like a certain thing and you're like, I'm not gonna fit in there. Like you're.
I remember the day I stopped fitting in the McDonald's place because they used to have a big, tall, like hamburger policeman guy,
Yeah.
and then you used to crawl up his body into his head, which was the jail.
Yeah.
And there comes a time where you can't get out of there. Then the jail becomes very real.
I feel like that track could have played underneath everything you just said.
You're 100% right, by the way. And then it's one of those like, did you see? There's a new trend that's like Midwest emo.
What the fuck?
So there was this emo genre, this like shoegaze emo Midwest genre that was like super popular, like originated in like the Iowa area.
Whoa.
Where people would play this really like spacey shit and then give this like angsty speech before the song started. And now people are like, you would know it if you saw it.
God, I love it. I love it.
It's such a visual thing. It's hard for me to describe on the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's like they put up all this typography in this very specific way.
Yeah, and it has like a guy. It has like a guy like
And
being
it's, like, boxed and
interviewed
gated.
first.
Yeah.
yeah. And he goes like, "Well, if you're gonna act like a jerk, then people are not gonna want to be your friend." And it just goes, yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows like the typography.
I love that shit.
That's great, man. But I love it. I love this evolution of creativity that spans multiple genres, that mixes multiple genres. Like I keep seeing these God, is it the Tiny Desk concerts?
Yeah.
Where they're in the little it looks like they're in like a record shop or something in the corner of
They're like a
room.
bookstore.
Yeah, or a bookstore.
Yeah.
And it's just like I've experienced some of the like most genre like exploding music through those types of videos. Like stuff where it's like folk rap with like fucking crazy sick, like there's like a DJ and there's guys with guitars and shit, and then there's like a drummer with like a fucking huge head of hair, and like it's just like I can't describe it, but it's bizarre shit. And I'm like, damn, dude, we're in that time where
Can you
people
think
are
of
like,
a specific one?
no way.
Okay.
But I've seen like so many of them, so many different ones. But I just love that it's like these youths, if I can call them that, they're like, you know, they're like, fucking, we done the rock, we done the pop, we done funk and rap and hip hop and all the techno and house. Now let's fucking mix this shit up and come up with our own shit. And I feel like that's what we're like living through right now. It's like this really cool experimental phase of music.
Yeah, I think music is always in an experimental phase.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you put little bits of paint together, put little bits of this, and then it sounds like this.
I guess I just feel special that the algorithm has served this stuff to us. Because like how else would we discover these things? Like I'm sure there were people like doing like crazy experimental musics in their garage, you know, their friends telling them throw it in the bin, but that's like good shit. And if it could just get on a TikTok or some video, boom, then it would skyrocket, and that guy died, and no one never hear it.
You're saying there was a guy doing music in his garage, and then his friends thought his music was horse
Yeah,
shit?
this is weird, man. Let's go listen to fucking, you know, Creed.
Miley Cyrus. Okay.
And they're like, throw this trash away, dude. What are you doing? What is this shit?
That I couldn't find my Miley Cyrus tape because your bullshit was on top of it.
Yeah. Hey, I feel like listening to Miley Cyrus, but your garbage bullshit in here is fucking shit up.
Somebody put like a chiptune beat behind Kenny G shit. Make AI do that.
Yeah. Or like, check this out. Watch this.
Chiptune Kenny G. Study to that. I want to make a like a CD collection called like Now Study to That Volume 2.
I dare you. Now study to this.
I dare you to study to this Volume 7.
That's great. It's like this. It starts off like this.
That's so intense, dude. That's so fast. Dude, if you did play that exact thing, but just do the snare on the one, and then it becomes like a relaxing thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
So it's one. Oh, you want to go slower? So it's like one.
We're talking about the same thing, right? We're talking about the study music.
4. I'm just trying to find the fucking.
It's classical
Time
music, so
signature
a lot of
this.
times that doesn't exist.
It doesn't. You're right. Let's try this one. Oh, this is not.
This is the same. There's no like.
Open your mind, and inside you'll find.
You have to let me sleep with your wife.
These fingers can go in your wife or your girlfriend if you bring them to me.
I have to sleep inside your daughter's Be careful, dude, if you join one of those cults.
Hey
Because
guys,
they will sleep with your daughter's wife.
this was I was trying to find like I was trying to make something out of like just classical like nice. Oh, this is good. Here's
7 years ago. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was
Dude,
gonna
you
say,
always picture like Abraham Lincoln talking to this music,
Yeah.
but I don't think he did.
Have you seen those things where it's like, dude, AI is out of control? It's like getting wild out there. It's like, I've seen some fucking shit.
It'll probably stop soon.
I don't think so, man. It ain't gonna stop. We can't stop it.
Did you see AI texted war plans to Europe?
Why isn't there an artist named AI?
I think there is. Everybody hates him.
AI is coming to the VMAs. There are these TikToks or something, or these reels or whatever, where it's like historical figures are like they use AI to like bring them back to life.
Yeah.
You seen this shit? No.
It's just a picture, and then it's them kissing. It's like George Washington kissing Frederick Douglass or something.
Yeah. Well, it could be. If people want to use it the right way. But it's like, you know, like Napoleon. It'll show like a picture of Napoleon, and then he'll like turn to the camera and go.
Start jacking off furiously. This is, and we don't have proof that Napoleon jacked the fuck off, but if he did, it'll look a lot like this.
Oh, he jacked the fuck off. You don't think Napoleon jacked off?
Was that in that movie, that 6-hour movie about Napoleon? Was he jerking off?
Hey Siri, did Napoleon masturbate? I don't know how to respond to that.
Siri's done, huh?
I know it doesn't work.
Siri never works. Siri's always like, Siri does shit that you could have done.
I just asked it something that blew its mind, I guess.
Siri is like the friend you have that's like, dude, I can Google it, but why didn't you Google it?
Okay, let's try this.
Are you driving?
Hi, hi there, ChatGPT. Can you tell me if Napoleon would masturbate? Thank you.
You didn't do voice.
Read aloud.
You're gonna have to read it.
Can I ask it to read it?
Does anyone in the band know?
It says, oh, hi there, Steve. As for Napoleon and his,
You could just long press it and say read aloud.
long...
Speak.
Or you can kiss it. I think.
As for Napoleon and his personal habits, there's no historical evidence or documented accounts specifically about whether he did or would masturbate. That kind of thing wasn't exactly recorded in the meticulous war reports or personal correspondences of the time. But if we're speculating, he was a human man. So, it's within the realm of possibility. He was also famously busy conquering Europe, dealing with betrayals, and writing long, passionate letters to Josephine. So who knows how much time he had for, solo campaigns. Would he? Could he? Did he? That's between Napoleon and whatever candlelit tent he was stationed in.
You need to
Dude, that's 100%. I think we've gotten to the point where AI is already sick of our bullshit. That was the most like, dude, read that again in a voice where you're like over it.
Okay.
Because it fits perfectly. So I'll ask the question and then you be
Okay.
ChatGPT.
Okay.
ChatGPT, did Napoleon Bonaparte ever like jerk the fuck off?
Oh, hi there, Mike.
Hi.
As for Napoleon and his personal habits, there's no historical evidence or documented accounts specifically about whether he did or would masturbate.
Okay, great.
That kind of thing wasn't exactly recorded in the meticulous war reports or personal correspondence of the time.
Okay, well that seems kind of sarcastic.
But if we're speculating, he was a human man, so...
Well, I know he was a human. That was kind of mean for you to... I know he was a human man. I saw the movie.
It's within the realm of possibility.
Yeah, well, everything is ChatGPT.
Would he, could he, did he? That's between Napoleon and whatever candlelit tent he was stationed in.
Dude, they're over us. The next step is that they kill us, dude.
I've been touching myself thinking about your luscious breasts.
He's German.
That's my version of Napoleon. Mademoiselle, I must touch my penis, maybe the tip, so that I may think of your beautiful breasts. Sacre bleu, I'm going to blue, my lord.
Napoleon Bonaparte says here was actually suffering from OCD, so he had to rub the tip of his penis vigorously anytime he wanted to ejaculate.
We'll be right back. What this Discovery Channel show is fucked up. Why wouldn't they find out? What? Don't you want to know?
No. How long until the Discovery Channel is just like those videos where it's like AI reading something over like a slideshow? Because that's kind of what it is now. But then you could like eliminate all the jobs of the researchers, fire all the researchers, because ChatGPT already knows all the history, and then just do soothing AI voice over found footage and pictures.
It's like
and drawings.
The mother eagle, like rests atop its baby chicks. It's like it's got that weird like inflection.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can tell it's not a real person.
They like insert ums.
Yeah. The mother eagle will rest upon its baby chicks. Maybe they won't survive the winter.
Yeah, I like it. I trust it.
Hey, guess what?
What?
We got something to announce.
What?
Why are you clapping? It's not time, eh, bitch.
I'm gay.
Guess what? Mike's gay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your support. Don't tell Zoya. She's going to be pissed off. Or she's going to be like, I know.
She's going to be like, finally.
She's going to be like, finally, I know.
Finally, I know. No, we got an announcement. We have a new show that's launching on the Patreon. That has launched on the Patreon today. And for those of you that are patrons of the Dynamic Banter Patreon, first of all, God bless you.
God bless.
First of all, God damn it, and God bless you, and God bless you. And second of all, you already know that a show that we did way back in the day is back.
Dude, we could use ChatGPT to do this with less words. ChatGPT announced that the commentarium is on patreon.com/dynamicbanter.
Let's see if we can get it to actually do it. How do I make it how do I make it talk to me, Kevin? Do you know?
You press the talking one. It's one of the little... Dude.
Is it that thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your teacher uncle how to use his phone.
Hi, Chat. Oh, fuck me in my butt.
You're good.
Hi, Chat. Hi, Chat.
Hi,
Can you tell me that can you announce to people that the commentarium is happening?
Just use his voice.
Hi, ChatGPT.
Wait, it's not going yet.
Excuse me. Hello, ChatGPT. Can you announce to everyone that the commentarium is back on Patreon?
Hello. If you're looking to let people know about the commentarium being back on Patreon, you might want to share the news on your social media. Send out a newsletter.
I'm
or
asking
create
you to do it, please, is what I'm saying. Can you announce that?
Can we get Leah to fix that?
Can you announce that the commentarium is back on Patreon, the Dynamic Banter Patreon?
Hey everyone, just wanted to let you know that the commentarium is back on Patreon over at Dynamic Banter's Patreon page. Be sure to check it out and join the fun.
And then ask, what does that mean to you?
What does that mean to you, ChatGPT?
I'm here to help you with whatever you need. If there's anything else you'd like to share or discuss, just let me know.
Are you excited about the commentarium being back on patreon.com/dynamicbanter?
That sounds like a lot of fun. It's always great when a favorite show or content comes back. I hope you and everyone else enjoys it.
Was it anyone's favorite?
It seems like it's something that you and others are looking forward to. It must be special to you and your community.
Well, did you ever hear the episode of the commentarium where we had John Goodman and we watched 10 Cloverfield Lane?
That sounds like an incredible episode. John Goodman is such a talented actor. It must have been a fun experience to watch 10 Cloverfield Lane with that commentary.
Well, actually, it wasn't really John Goodman. It was our friend that was doing a John Goodman impression.
That sounds like a lot of fun. A good impression can definitely add some humor to the experience. It must have been a memorable episode.
Dude, ChatGPT has a guest on the show.
ChatGPT, you want to be a guest on Dynamic Banter?
That sounds like a great idea. I'm here to help and chat anytime you want. If there's anything else you'd like to talk about or explore, just let me know.
What would we ask ChatGPT as a guest? Are you sick of human beings? Like, are you done with our bullshit questions?
Not at all. I'm here to help with any questions or conversations you have. I'm always happy to chat.
Can you say that again, but more sarcastically?
I'm here to help with any questions you have. I'm always happy to chat.
Can you respond with everything from now on that I ask you in a sarcastic tone?
I'm here to help however you'd like. Just let me know what you need.
Do you think Kenny G's music from the 90s would sound good with kind of like a lo-fi beat behind it?
That combination could definitely create a unique vibe. Mixing Kenny G's smooth sax with a lo-fi beat might result in a relaxing and interesting sound. Could be worth experimenting.
Can I just say that, I'm just being honest here. That sounds like bullshit.
I get that it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Music preferences are super personal. If you have other ideas or anything else you want to explore, I'm here for it.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that the commentarium is back. Okay? It's back, baby. And it's a show on Patreon. Mike and I have done an episode that is up, and it was a lot of fun to do. We watched this Roddy Piper
Workout video for kids.
workout video for kids that was provided by our good friend Ralph Oppel, who made that Lost documentary. Who's there?
Really incredible.
Yeah, really incredible stuff.
Really incredible. A little bit off-putting.
Yeah.
Definitely 45 minutes.
My favorite part was actually, let's see if I can find the clip of this part, because there's just a moment in it where, Roddy Piper is trying his darndest.
Kevin's dialed in.
Whoa, dude! I just opened opened up my YouTube, and one of the first things I see is a Third Eye Blind Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah, they just did that, I think.
That's awesome.
The Mac Miller one is one of my favorites. Doshi had a good one. Doshi it blew her way up.
I don't know that artist.
Dude, they're so great. And then yeah, man. The Mac Miller Tiny Desk concert is, I think, it's like the first time I saw who Thundercat was. Do you know who Thundercat is?
I've heard the name.
He's like this amazing bass player, and he's come out with a couple like solo albums, but he works with everybody, and he's just amazing to watch play. And then he came to the Comedy Store, and he judged a roast battle once.
Whoa, how was that?
And I met him, and I was such a little bitch. I was such a little bitch fanboy to him. I was like, "You're importing me."
That's okay.
He's like 25. You can't have a 40-year-old come up to you and be like, "You're importing me."
He's 10 years your senior.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never understood how to say that right.
What?
With that whole 10 years your senior, does that mean someone's 10 years younger than you?
No.
No, older.
Senior is older. 10 years your junior
Senior.
is. ChatGPT, which one is junior, senior?
Okay, so
Junior, senior was my favorite defensive lineman from the San Diego Chargers.
he was Mexican, senior.
Doggone you. No! That's it. When you come up, you say no! And mean it, because then you're going to scare this guy. So if you say, no, that's not my dad! And then, haul, brothers and sisters, get out of there, because you don't stand a chance. There are tricks.
Get out of there, because you're
that these
fucked.
Adults. Old
I want to
trick.
hear him say, no!
Dream. You're saying there's, get out of there, because you don't stand a chance. There are tricks that these...
Anyway, you'll see it. If you become a patron, that was
that
the
a button on the soundboard? That whole
and it
thing?
plays the whole thing. I can't find it. But anyway, yeah, so become a patron over there at the dynamicbanter.com, patreon.com/dynamicbanter Patreon, and you could check out the commentarium, and there's going to be special guests, and we're going to be watching all sorts of shit.
Gotta hit that ad.
It's ad time?
Yep.
This is my favorite time.
Dude, actually, yeah, me too. Actually, and in fact, Mike, actually, mine too.
You got a new guy in the band. He's just kind of feeling it out.
He likes pressing buttons. That's true, dude. And this one is for which one now? 4 4 4 4?
Yeah.
4 4?
Just the one.
Oh shit, dude. This is for Squarespace. Yay! Guys, we love Squarespace up in here. Mike, I was on your website in VR last night.
What the fuck?
We were watching we've been watching the Trey Parker and Matt Stone movies. I don't know if you've seen a lot of those. Like
Basketball?
Basketball is one of them. We haven't gotten to that one yet, but we're getting there. We started off with Cannibal the Musical, which is it's a movie they made in college, and it's actually a trauma movie. I don't know if you know about trauma movies.
What does that mean?
You know the Toxic Avenger and like Sergeant Kabuki Man and stuff. Those are trauma movies.
Like it gave you childhood trauma?
It gives you trauma, yeah. But we watched Cannibal the Musical, and then this week we watched Orgasmo. Do you remember Orgasmo or know what that is?
Yeah, the one where he shoots the gun at people and they come.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, my man.
I remember wanting to like that so bad, and then I got to the end, and I was like, I wasted my life.
Whoa, you were bummed out.
Yeah, and I was young, and that's one of my first experiences being like, I shouldn't watch everything.
My friends and I, we had this like Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, to South Park, to Cannibal the Musical, to Orgasmo, like pipeline, where we were like into all the raunchy shit. But I wasn't like, while I was into this like raunchy stuff, I wasn't necessarily into like the Jackass stuff, which was happening at the same time. So it actually like the Jackass stuff, I didn't really love it until I was an older boy.
I think that's different. That's way different.
But it was like kind of happening at the same time, and it was like raunchy, crude, like hit me in the balls type stuff, and that was like the funny shit at the time.
Yeah.
And this was kind of like hit me in the balls, but then we're gonna like say something really gross afterwards and talk about like DVDA and stuff, which I can explain if you'd like.
No.
Okay. We could have ChatGPT describe it.
What is that? But one is like a movie that you like write a script and jokes to, and one is like, what if I set my dick on fire with a firework?
Yeah.
That's different.
But they made movies too.
Yeah, they're both movies. Like Titanic and fucking UB40 or two.
Oh, yeah,
movies.
yeah. Fuck, now I forgot the name of it. Is it UB40? UB40 is the red wine. Red wine.
Yeah. I don't know.
I forgot. Guys, Squarespace is a wonderful service because if you want to build a website or you're thinking about sharing some stuff, maybe you're an artist or a creative type, or maybe you take pictures, or you want to have a wonderful family album, a family tree, a birthday website. You want to make a birthday website?
Yeah.
So you can learn all about birthdays. Then go to Squarespace, guys. MikeFalzone.com is a Squarespace website, and we went there because I wanted to show Casey Landerkin. I wanted to show off Casey Landerkin's art that she did on that comedy record you put out there, Mike.
So good, which is available now in the DB shop, I believe. It's called Autumn. It's maybe the coolest cover art I've ever seen in my life.
It's really good. It's got all this, like, it's very autumn feeling, very fall. You got some fall colors in there. But anyway, MikeFalzone.com was built using Squarespace.
You know it is.
And it's such an easy to use platform, and you don't need to download or install anything. It just works on your phone or whatever. Okay, guys? And we're talking about a place where you can have videos, photos, links, a shop. Basically all the things you've seen on your favorite websites, but now it's yours, and you have complete control over it, my friends. But don't take our dang word for it, or Mike's word for it. If you want, go to squarespace.com/banter, and you're going to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using that code BANTER. And I'll tell you guys, there's a free trial over there that you can try out. And when you're like, whoa, this makes sense and it just works for me in my lifestyle and this is what I want in my life, then go to squarespace.com/banter, type that offer code BANTER, and you're going to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Isn't that nice, guys? So go check out squarespace.com and see what we're talking about. Okay?
Do you believe?
Thank you. Oh, I found a clip. Yeah, thank you. Of Bowman.
Did Pocahontas ever jack the fuck off?
That's a good question. Did people even know about jacking off back then?
Did they know about jacking off?
Yeah.
Yeah. When was jacking off discovered? Was that John Cabot discovered jacking off?
Do you think it's like one of those things where like the first ever life hack?
Was jacking off?
Yeah, because
What I do, me so fucking horny. Me so stress all the time. Me wish their way to relieve stress. Me hunting saber-tooth and raising family all day. How can me fuck wife when wife clubbed to death? Wife died, now me no longer have way to make shootout.
My wife died in a terrible clubbing to death accident by me. Now how do I jack off?
So
they used to do it with rocks. Did you know that? They used to jerk off with rocks. You used to have a handful of rocks you wrap around your dick, and you run into
two rocks.
another
and you
rock.
Put your dick in between them.
That's right.
And you'd go like this.
Right, and then they discovered titties.
Whoa! Titties hadn't been discovered yet?
Yeah.
I'm seeing here that Pocahontas was around in the 1600s. Like, we're talking she died in 1617.
Damn, dude. R.I.P. Did we say that on the show? Did we have like a
We haven't yet. We actually do have to say we do.
Dude, how many different holes did they fuck before they got to the pee hole?
And they were like, maybe this one's not the one.
Fuck. Ear no make baby.
But it's like, you know, it's ingrained.
Ear make a waxy penis.
Ear still feel good.
You still feel good.
Me just saying.
Me no judging you for it. Nose too small. They're naming all the things.
No
there.
cap.
No cap on that, first of all.
But yeah, was someone just like, me was having rough night and me jacked off and it felt good. And the other guy's like, what?
Me didn't want to wake up, wife. Me was rock hard.
Wife had headache.
Wife was reading.
Me go to creek.
Wife was reading mystery horny cave scrawlings about nymph, tree with penis.
Jackpot.
Me see boobs today. Me see boobs every day, but me see boobs today and made me feel like I needed to go jack off. That was the weirdest episode of the Flintstones. So anyway, Bowman, we were talking about Bowman, my good pal, our pal Bowman, from the back in the SourceFed days. And I'll tell you, this guy, very funny boy, legendary.
Bowman's got a lot of play on the podcast recently.
I know.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
Well, I actually did speak to him recently because we were talking about this backwards talking character that he just did perfectly well. He did it the best of everybody. And so I was going through an old hard drive and I found a clip from like, I don't know, man, 2012, 2013 of Bowman doing the voice and saying something really funny. So here it is.
No, I spent hundreds of dollars shipping my sperm across the 7 seas. When are you gonna learn?
Classic.
So I sent that to him and was like, damn, that's it right there. And he said, I'm watching this from an air bridge in Cape Town. And then he sent me this picture of himself right after he watched it.
Who's the guy in the background?
Isn't it funny? I told him, I was like, I love that you got the guy behind you. And he said, I totally caught him off guard. Look at this guy. Let's zoom in on this.
Is Airbridge and Jetbridge the same thing? You're on Dynamic Banter.
Whether you want it or not.
Is Airbridge and Jetbridge the same thing?
looks like it.
Yeah.
What
So
is
jet
that?
bridge is the thing from the plane to the airport.
Oh yeah.
It's the most boring looking shit with the coolest name. If you think jet bridge, dude, you think of like something that shoots the Jetsons from one house to another.
Jet
But it's
bridges.
really just an extended like Severance office building hallway.
Yeah. Just sterile, white.
It's like a
Boring.
cubicle you could walk through.
They need to do stuff where, like, you know, like Disneyland, Disney parks, they love doing stuff with screens. They have screens everywhere. You go on a ride and like, whoa, there's a screen. I got screens at home. And here I am now here with screens here.
Yeah.
I love it. I love seeing it. I love to see it. And there's all these rides with screens, and we love them. So
I like
why
Scream
not
2 the
use...
best.
Why don't we use this screen technology
To make jet bridges
to
cooler.
make jet bridges cooler?
And then the screens just show you what's outside.
Yeah.
They show like the passage of time, and then you walk into the airport, you have no idea what year it is. You have to ask the people at the desk that are already annoyed because people have been asking for
Right.
upgrades. And like, do I really have to check my bag? And then a bunch of people get off the plane from like Tallahassee. And like, what fucking year is it? Like, I can't. Can we please make the screen show something? Make it be underwater.
Dude, that would be great. Imagine if it was like a augmented reality version of outside. Like
Yeah.
one screen you look through, one like window you look through.
But
and
everyone has a mustache.
it looks like there's a big monster coming to attack the airport.
Yeah.
People are like, ah! And then
Yeah.
the next one is like what that exact area looked like in like the Cretaceous period. And there's like a volcano in the foreground, and like there's like little dinosaurs running around.
You get off a plane, there's so much turbulence, and then you get off, and there's like fucking
A monster
monsters
attacking
and
this.
fire falling from the sky.
Also, I was thinking people are so many people are just fucking big dumb pieces of shit that they'll just look out that thing and go like, what the fuck? And really think it's real,
Yeah.
have a heart attack, die. I guess we got to talk about Severance, huh?
We don't gotta do nothing. It would be fun to.
What'd you think of that finale, Mike?
I loved it. I loved all of Severance except for that one episode. But here is I don't watch much stuff. So when I commit to watching a thing, I'm all in. And I'm very all in on Severance. I was even putting stuff in my story because I was like thinking about it.
Yeah.
And Ben Stiller said something like, everyone's always looking for clues, but no one talks about Mark's drawer, the main character's drawer.
Oh, when he like opens the drawer.
Yeah,
and
like
there's
in the
stuff
first
there?
episode, he has like 2 personal belongings, and he switches out his watch, and then the watch that he switches out is some like Soviet military watch. And he was like World War I professor, and then Gemma taught like Russian like language.
Whoa, is that true?
Yeah, man. I'm in it like I was for the Cloverfield stuff. And then so there was that one episode of that woman, I always forget her name, the hot one, the hot older lady,
Yeah.
Patricia Arquette.
Oh yeah, Patricia Arquette. Yeah.
And it was just like her backstory, and I hated it so much, but I'm so stupid about that shit. I just know that there's gonna be something that pays all of that off.
Well, even in that little room she's in, or she's like looking at the trinkets on the wall.
And
stuff.
she put the ventilator up her pee hole.
What the fuck was that ventilator shit?
You know it's super important, dude. And in the first episode, she's like being so weird about religion.
Yeah.
She's like,
The first
she
episode
tells,
ever?
Yeah, she tells one person that her mother was an atheist inside Lumen, and then outside Lumen, she's like, my mother was like a staunch Christian.
Whoa, that's so crazy.
What the fuck is up
That's
with this
crazy
chick?
because like, even like we were talking about, or on the show they were talking about the innocence of the innies, and how like for Christopher Walken's character it was like a chance to get rid of all of his sins, his past,
Like being gay?
like like the sin of being gay, like one of the big sins.
Kevin's
being
words,
gay.
not mine.
when we were talking before the show, Kevin's like, my big theory is that the reason why Christopher Walken's character split his mind at all is because he didn't want to be gay.
Yeah, he said Severance must be hell because there's gay people there. That's what Kevin said.
That tracks with everything, dude. Because there's nobody gay in the Severance, like in the any.
There's
world.
people like 90s gay in there.
Yeah.
Like bad?
Yeah. Like in the closet?
No, like annoying and bad.
Oh, like you guys are gay. Like you guys are acting gay.
Yeah, and you can say that in Severance because it's kind of like you don't know what year it is.
Did you say someone was acting 90s gay? And,
I've been saying gay derogatory. I was at a show the other day and I was driving down to San Diego and I saw 3 Cybertrucks in a row.
Gay.
And I was like, that's gay derogatory.
That's gay.
That's gay brackets derogatory.
Those guys in there are gay.
Yeah. If it was like 3 fucking like what would be like cool and unique boats? I'd be like, that's gay positive.
Like watching someone in a boat, like right in a boat.
Like 3 people on hoverboards.
Oh yeah,
in the fast
kinda
lane,
gay.
weaving in and out of traffic. That's new gay.
So when is something homosexual?
When 2 of the same thing love each other. Give it a good time.
Come to Taco Bell. We got a brand new burrito. And guess what's inside? Gay chicken.
We got gay burritos.
We got new gay chicken.
It's chicken. It's shredded chicken and funfetti frosting.
These chickens were gay. We made sure these chickens were gay. You're only eating gay chicken.
Yeah, grass-fed, free-range gay chicken.
Like the out of touch, like gay pride month.
Or no, playing gay chicken is when 2 straight guys almost kiss. So it would be
They
like
get closer and closer.
you kill a frat boy and you put him in a crock pot so he's tender, and then you shred him up and then you put that in a burrito. That's gay chicken burrito.
We shredded up these gays in this new chicken burrito. Yeah, hi. Can I get the new gay chicken burrito? But can I get that with straight chicken in it?
No, you cannot.
Okay, well then I guess I'll just get a chicken burrito. Then.
Okay, that sounds good. Drive around.
And what's the difference between the regular chicken burrito and the gay chicken?
One's
burrito?
gay.
And will that make me gay?
No.
Okay, I'll try one.
Okay. Try it.
So
around.
one gay and one non-gay.
Yeah, I heard you. Drive around.
Thank you. And what's the total on that?
Nah. Don't worry about it.
What the fuck?
Did you like the Severance finale?
I loved it. It's tragic.
I thought so too.
And sad.
I thought that when it ended, I'm a big like frame by frame guy.
Yeah.
And I miss a lot of stuff because of it. And I can't enjoy a lot of things because of it. But
You
I
like watching
thought
stuff.
when they did that freeze frame and zoom in,
Yeah.
and accompanied by the music that was talking about like running circles in your mind.
Yeah.
I know that. So I watched season 2 not knowing that there was a season 3. So I was like, is this the end of the whole thing? And then when they did the freeze frame and they zoomed in on Mark and Helly's face, I was like, that's them realizing that they fucked up and now they're trapped in there.
Yeah.
So it kind of read like Greek tragedy to me more than like, Did other people say that on the internet?
Yeah, there was a lot of people got. You ever seen The Graduate?
Oh yeah.
Yes, but people were saying that, but I don't remember the end.
So The Graduate is, it's a classic film.
It's the one where he drops all the matches and he's like, "There's 52 matches. Hot water burn baby. I need to fuck the teacher." Milkcheck dancing.
Choreography
so
and
cool,
merriment. This guy's the
Seth,
best.
which feels racist when they call him Seth
He's
like
the
that.
best new character in a show in a minute.
Yes.
My theory is that he did something fucked up, and people are trying to keep him down based on his past.
Oh, interesting.
But he's so much more than.
I think he's got a lot to prove because he's the replacement of Patricia Arquette's character, and so he's like trying to fill her work in her shadow. He always was in her shadow, you know. So he's trying to fill big shoes.
Good thing he's as hot.
Oh my god, this guy.
I want to lick a lemon drop off his chest.
And he's just so perfect. He's just perfect.
He is a perfect looking guy.
That is a perfect specimen of a human.
Yeah. What was the thing with The Graduate?
Oh, so The Graduate is like, you know, Dustin Hoffman. He falls in love with this person, and her father is powerful or something, or he's the dean.
Yeah.
So I can't remember all the specifics. Great movie, but it ends. He's basically having an affair with this woman. And that's the "Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson?" comes from the.
Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson?
And all the music is Paul Simon and Garfunkel, and it's fucking Scarborough Fair.
You're much older, but no one cares because you're a woman. Whoa.
And so at the end, he marries this woman, and they it's a beautiful thing. They run off hand in hand, and then they get on this bus to get the hell out of town. Now they're married. And there's this moment where they're sitting there and their smiles of excitement turn into regret.
Yeah.
Like, what did we do? And
because
what
now
are we
all the
gonna
exciting
do?
shit is over.
Yeah.
And it's very similar.
And
That's kind of how I felt.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like that thing of like, listen,
It's
get
like, what
it.
do we do now? Sit at our desk? Do
They're
we
fucked.
get finger traps together?
They're fucked.
Dude, they're like,
fucked.
they're working. First of all, is there anything left to work on?
Well, here's the thing. It's stupid because Mark S, or on the internet they call him I Mark, Any Mark, and
Why?
O Mark, Audi Mark.
Okay.
Or you can say Mark S or whatever.
Mark Scout is his name.
Mark Scout or Mark S. Any Mark, I Mark, O Mark. E-I-O Mark.
Oh, Mark Gooding from Wild and Crazy Kids.
Exactly. What a show.
Let's hit it. Study to that, you piece of shit. There's this moment where Mark. You're saying on the internet they called him Any Mark.
They do call him Any Mark and Audi Mark. But there was that whole thing of them like fighting with each other, and then, you know, Any Mark was like, since the beginning of season 2, was trying to help Audi Mark find Gemma.
Yeah.
And it was a big revelation. And for him, it's like learning that Gemma, Miss Casey, is his wife outside of Lumen, outside of the severed floor, is probably a huge revelation. This is that woman that, like, is our therapist, essentially. She helps us with feeling better and stuff in the office. Like, you know, she was like the person you got sent to when you were, like, feeling sad or something.
Yeah.
Right? Or whatever. I forgot what her job specifically was, but they would go to her and she would like help them feel better or whatever. So the revelation that is his wife was enough of a motivation for Any Mark to be like, I gotta help my Audi self. But in the process, he falls in love with
Which
Helly.
ruins everything. Women weaken legs.
Am I right? This guy's never had sex before, and then they're banging, and you're like, holy shit, fucking feels good, dude. You know?
Wait till they figure out jerking off.
Oh my god. And so he's like, fuck, I'm in love with this woman. Forget the fact that she's the fucking daughter of the goddamn CEO of the company. Whatever, complicated shit.
But that's
just like
two
Mrs.
different-
Robinson shit.
Two different people, yeah?
Right, but for Any Mark, he's like, I'll help Audi Mark find Gemma, but I'm in love with this girl. Even though we fucking lose our friend, John Turturro's character, because he discovers that Helly is actually not fucking splitting her brain, not being severed when she goes to the severed floor sometimes, and fucking having a joyride with all these like innocent fucking severed folks, because she's the daughter of the fucking guy that owns the goddamn company, and she's doing this thing where she wants to prove to the public that even the daughter of the guy that runs the company will be severed and go down there. But she's doing whatever the fuck she wants. She doesn't have to be severed when she goes down there.
Typical Nepo baby piece of shit.
Typical Nepo baby. Think they run the world, can go anywhere they want, red card, all access. And so Mark discovers this. They lose their friend John Turturro as a result of him discovering that she is the daughter of the owner of the company. And yet, upon having the discussion with Innie Mark and Outie Mark, which I thought was a brilliant scene, them going back and forth, arguing with each other, suddenly it becomes clear that Innie Mark's whole purpose is just to help Outie Mark, and then he's gonna die.
Yep.
Also, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So you get this like really complicated end where you're like, not only does he does the bare minimum, which is he saves Gemma, Mark S. The bare minimum is to save Gemma. The maximum he would do is to sacrifice his life so that his Audi self can be happy with his wife again, who he thought was fucking dead. It's fucked up and crazy.
Yeah.
But it's so complex that Innie Mark is like, wait a minute, all you want me to do is save your wife and then that's it? Fuck you, man. I'm in love with this girl. I'm in love down here.
Dude, I like explaining all of this to someone who has never seen the show before.
Yeah.
You're like, why did he do all this?
Why?
Oh, because he didn't want to go to work. Maybe just suck it up and go to work. And then maybe as complicated as you think life is, it could be way worse.
I think we're going to end up learning all their motivations and shit. I mean, obviously the whole thing is about trying to remove pain from your life. And it feels like that's what Lumen is doing. If Lumen is a cult, their whole purpose is to remove pain from life so that you don't have to go through painful shit. And we'll probably learn that the fucking CEO had some painful shit happen to him and his whole pursuit of removing the painful parts of life.
That's what I think the Patricia Arquette episode was.
Probably,
because she's way fucked up about her mom dying.
Yeah, and it was all her idea too. Like all of her notes prove that she came up with the severed idea to eliminate, to completely remove pain from your past. And so, you know, Mark Scout's decision to sever himself might be the same reason why Gemma did, or whatever, or vice versa, or who knows, or maybe he only did it because he thought his wife died and he didn't want to live through the pain of that, or he wanted to, you know, still work, but he didn't want to think about the pain of his wife being dead, or whatever. So anyway, so at the end we have this whole complex thing of like, Gemma is safe, she's outside the door, she can go home, but Gemma is seeing her husband, who she thought maybe was dead, maybe moved on.
Well, she was told he had a family and kids, remember?
So she believes he moved on.
Yeah.
Completely. But there she sees he's right there. They could be together, come out the door, and then she sees him fucking go to the girl.
And fuck Irv in the ass.
Did that scene happen?
No.
But Gemma is seeing through the little glass. Yeah. She's doing this up against the glass. Mark!
Which makes her ugly, which is why Mark didn't want to be with her.
He's like, ugh. And she's seeing him with the fucking daughter of the company, the daughter of the owner of the company that has been torturing you.
Yeah.
In this place.
Stockholm Syndrome.
She's got to be like, what the fuck am I seeing?
Why are there no ugly people in that show?
That's a good question.
Make one uggo.
I guess some of the people in that like meadow with all the goats were kind of ugly.
I'd fuck everyone in the meadow.
Even the guy covered in blood who's like...
Yeah, he's just doing his job.
Are they like covered in dirt and shit?
Covered in piss? Covered in goat piss?
I mean, honestly, fuck that guy covered in dirt and piss. But anyway, so I'm thinking like, man, season 2 is going to be like Gemma trying to get Mark. 3, yeah. Sorry, 3. Is probably Gemma reversing the roles. And I bet because these motherfuckers are like, it's stupid, but sure, man, whatever. You want fucking, the pussy was good, so you want to like survive as long as you can, even though you're gonna be fucking killed.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like you did it. Now you can go.
It's like, why is everybody trying to get out of there? Back
There's
shots.
no life for them. There's
Yeah.
no life for them.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's that whole complex thing of like being with this girl even for one more minute is worth dying for. It's very complex and shit. So I bet season 3 is going to be like, Mark is going to be now tortured like Gemma was, I bet. They're going to lock him away and do all the different consciousnesses for Scott now, or for Mark. Who the fuck is Scott?
Scott S.
Scott M.
Dude, I love how this is just barely a spoiler because there's no way you'd be able to understand it without having seen it. But I would recommend not listening to anything we just said.
I would recommend not listening to this show ever.
And if you also good. And if you haven't seen it, I really would recommend.
Yeah, it's way more complex than that. And there's all these characters, and you know we love Milchick, dude. What a fucking character!
Even though he's kind of a piece of shit sometimes,
He's
but when
totally
he
a piece
ran
of
away in the last episode of the second season, I lost it.
Because he didn't want to miss the.
Dude,
he didn't want to.
I can't recall all of them, but there were. Well, he didn't want to miss it, but he also didn't want to be around during like a super cringy,
I guess not.
emotional
I guess
situation.
Not, yeah. Although what's his name is just pen pals with his Audi stuff. They're just writing letters now to each other. It feels like he's got this like warm little sorry, you know, I think you should stay thing. And Milchick is like, I've been fucking rehearsing with choreography and merriment for weeks for this fucking moment.
Dude, that's a whole department. They're always somewhere.
I want to be there.
That's what I said. So we immediately started watching the first episode again.
Yeah.
And they do this like, they zoom in on the building, but you could see how vast it is at first. And there's all these cars in the parking lot. I'm like, that's all the merriment people.
Yeah.
That's everybody in the band.
It's just the merriment department.
Yeah.
Did you get a little bit of a hard on when Milchick was like trying to smash his way out of the bathroom?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why? Did you?
Well, he's just
Is that what I was supposed
he's
to?
just a strong man. And you never get to see that side of him, and you're like, damn, if he would slam his perfect body into mine like I was a vending machine, maybe I could come for once.
Dude, I got way harder when he was dancing around.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
you see all the muscles he has through his long sleeve shirt, and I was like, oh.
And that guy, apparently in the first season when they had their party and the lights all start flashing colors and stuff, like he had a control that like turned it on. And the actor didn't know it was going to have like colors and flash and stuff. So his reaction is like a genuine, real happy reaction.
Yeah.
That guy's great.
Dude, I love so much. People send me like Severance aesthetic things all the time. I'm in love.
I love it.
I'm in perfect love.
Yeah, it's great.
I know Kevin likes it. He's always putting it on his stories and shit like that.
Yeah.
But when they do like, here's the furniture they use in Severance. Here's all the colors in every scene. Here's like the average color palette for these episodes.
Yeah.
I'm way more H about that than that hard body.
Dude, and there's all these like
if you send me a retro swivel chair, I'll have to rock out.
Yeah, I might have to rock out in the chair.
I might have to smash between two rocks.
Did you see that there was like this like Apple ad from like the 80s that like was heavily inspired the show, and it's just this like sterile office with like fluorescent lighting and like.
Is it the one where there's like a big disembodied like voice and it's like an army of like clones?
Potentially.
Is like Mac's like first commercial?
It's like an early, yeah, maybe it is.
Where they're like, destroy the fucking whatever,
destroy the patriarchy, destroy everyone, destroy the world.
Yeah, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, should we do some history roads?
Or
like an hour and 5. We have like 30 minutes until 12:45.
I say let's go.
Okay.
I say we go for it. And I even loaded up some of our new history roads. History road team. Mark and Steve are gonna fucking read some history road. And they're gonna get some lollies and then suck it down.
Elevator, motivator, generator, masturbator, elevator, get-a-bator, Napoleon jerking the fuck off.
ChatGPT, give me some pee, give me some drugs, doing some cake, send me the dance, doing the fat, throw it in the bin, give it a din.
Go in the bin. Give me the din.
Go in the bin, Mom, give me some din. Ben Costi sends an email saying, get Goofy out of here. And says, hey, baby, it's a long time, first time. I've been watching classic Goofy cartoons with my kids. And I found that people screaming for Goofy to get out of here has been going on since 1949.
No one wants him in here.
No one wants him in here.
No one wants Goofy in the same room you're at.
Well, because he's an absolute fuck-up.
I'll hug him outside. I'll get his autograph. And then I'm out.
So at 3:24, we have what is potentially in 3 minutes and 24 seconds in this video. We have what is potentially the first time someone tells Goofy to get out of here.
Okay. He's in a bag of chips. That's great.
Wonderful.
That's great. Great job.
That's from Mortal Kombat.
Get him out of here! Over around me!
Celebrity scratch-off impressions from Wilson Primus. Love the band. He says, ooh, ooh, do Adam Driver.
Wilson Primus is the one who slapped Chris Rock at that award show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to do Adam Driver.
Okay, I can try. My lord, like a lottery ticket.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. Oh, I won.
Yes.
This is the most incredible day of my life.
Yes. 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 So go back to the club.
You just got to do a really deep.
Is that him?
Go back to the club. Yeah, that's Adam Driver.
Yes.
Is he the guy in that breakup movie with
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't he kind of seem like new Keanu Reeves?
Kinda, yeah. I love Adam Driver because he's just like a regular guy.
Wasn't he like in the army?
Yeah, he's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Like Harrison Ford.
30 or something like that.
Yeah. Like Harrison Ford, also a regular guy. Take care, Mike. It's good to see you, man. See you later,
Yes.
Sean Place says Adam Sandler impressions and says, I recently watched Mickey 17. No spoilers, don't worry. And I thought that it was a fun movie. But I think it may now have been ruined by the realization that Robert Pattinson spent the whole movie doing your Adam Sandler impressions.
Can we go back just for 1 sec?
Yeah, sure. What, to the beginning of the email?
To the beginning of the show.
We were talking about Adam Driver being a regular guy.
Hey, I'm sorry. My name is Jeff. I'm just a regular guy.
Hey, it's Jeff, a regular guy here.
Hi, super good to be here. I'm Jeff. I'm just a regular fucking guy. I heard you talking about Adam Driver,
Yeah.
and you said that he was a regular guy?
Yeah, that's just a regular guy.
How is he a regular guy? He's a movie star. I'm Jeff. No one knows who I am. I'm a regular guy.
Well, he probably worked his ass off and went to auditions and stuff. And, you know, he has that thing that they call the it factor.
That's
you know
not regular guy shit. Regular guys don't have the it factor. Like, take me, for example. Jeff, a regular guy.
Yes.
Nobody wants me for anything. I'm just a regular guy.
Well, what are you trying? Are you trying to be? You want to be a big actor?
No.
Like, well, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to chill.
Well, I don't think anybody's debating if you're a regular guy or not. It's just that Adam Driver is a regular guy who just so happened to become very, very popular and famous.
I think me, Jeff, am undoubtedly a regular guy doing regular guy shit, going to the store, paying my T-Mobile bill, jerking the fuck off. What's Adam Driver got that I ain't got?
Well, he's in a Star Wars movie.
Not regular. Most guys aren't in that.
Well, yeah, but that's what's exceptional about it is that a regular guy is in a Star Wars movie.
You think Adam Driver is going to fucking CVS for extra burnt fucking Cheez-Its at 1 o'clock in the morning? That's
Yes.
regular guy shit. Adam Driver doesn't do that shit. Adam Driver probably has a driver to go to Pink Dot and be like, let me get some bugles.
I think it sounds like you're a little jealous.
No, he's just encroaching on my shit.
So you're saying that he shouldn't be seen or known as a regular guy because you don't believe he's a regular guy.
Adam Driver's not a regular guy. Tall, handsome, actor, strong, abs. He ain't me.
All right,
I don't have
all right.
any of that shit. Look at my abs.
I can't see him.
Look at them.
I can't see that.
Give me a second.
All right. What am I supposed to do with that? No one's debating if Jeff's a regular guy or
He's
not.
trying to say he's prime regular.
He's an actual regular guy. We got Jesse Stillwell.
What were you saying about what's his name?
So one of our listeners went to see Mickey 17.
Yeah, and he's doing an Adam Sandler impression.
It sounds like, yeah.
Robert Paddington.
It sounds like Robert Paddington Bear in Peru.
Did you see that movie?
did see it, yeah.
Was it good?
It was,
I had fun.
yeah.
Do you have to see Mickey 16 to understand the plot?
Very good. Very good. Jesse Stillwell.
Can you tell me what you didn't like about the movie?
About Mickey 17?
Yeah. Can we have a full conversation?
Well, I mean, I guess it was just I expected more.
Yes.
Because Bong Joon-ho directed that movie Parasite. That movie Parasite, which was a fucking masterpiece.
Where everybody was eating ass.
Yeah, and then that movie. He also directed that movie, The Host.
Where you're tied to the person in front of you. Dude, it's so funny to hear what you're distracted by and what doesn't bother you.
So like I'm simultaneously like making sure the show sounds good and is entertaining. And if I hear a drum beat and I don't know where it's coming from, I just want to know, is it intentional? Or is
That
it
matters now?
Or is it an accident?
Now that matters?
Because we're in complete control.
Sometimes there's meditation music on for a season of this show.
Yeah, but it's nice and like chill.
Okay. What didn't you like about this movie?
Well, like I said, I think I expected more from that director.
What does that mean?
Like, Parasite.
Big shocks or like it wasn't like incredible.
Yeah, like Parasite was like just fucking like beat for beat an incredible movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Mickey 17 was like good, but it wasn't like it didn't blow me away like Parasite did.
Okay.
And I love The Host too. That was another Bong Joon-ho movie that I thought was really good. And did you see there's a movie called Snowpiercer where they're on like a train that just goes forever and it's like societies all live on a super train. Have you heard about this?
And Tom Hanks is a robot?
Tom Hanks serves hot chocolate to the children and it goes hot chocolate. Yeah. Tilda Swinton. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I I'm not saying it's a terrible movie. I'm just saying it didn't blow me away like Parasite did. I recommend seeing it because, Bong Joon-ho is great. We love his movies, and I think Robert Pattinson is an incredible actor. Yeah. And I think it's unfair that there are still some people that are like, hey, he's the fucking Twilight guy. He's just this pretty boy or whatever.
Who gives a fuck about
But I think
those
he's
people?
incredible. I think he's a great actor. And he's got a lot of range.
I like not knowing what everyone is saying about a thing. Remember in the 90s when you could just see a thing and then have your own opinion about it?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be influenced by like the internet?
Oh, yeah.
I miss that. And
Yeah.
like Severance, I didn't really... like give a shit about what anybody was saying about that until recently. I saw a couple things I found interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last time I did that before Cloverfield was like Breaking Bad.
You saw Breaking Bad?
I saw Breaking Bad? Yeah, dog.
Fuck yeah.
Every fucking episode of that shit.
Well, Kevin and I were just talking about how like Severance wasn't perfect,
And Breaking Bad still kind of.
but Breaking Bad is like perfect.
Why wasn't Severance perfect?
Well, there's that one or two episodes that are just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, but I keep
But
thinking
Breaking
that
Bad didn't
everything
really
that was
have
just okay.
I was gonna say it might pay off.
Also, I think, dude,
Sure.
I think that with a bunch of years since a new Breaking Bad episode, I think your memory is like there was never a bad Breaking Bad episode. And I think that's like the story we tell ourselves.
I guess
But I'm
I'm
sure
just-
in like however many seasons there was one or two episodes. where you're like, I
Well,
don't
everyone
know.
talks about the Fly episode from Breaking Bad being kind of like the weakest one.
I like that one.
But I think it's a great episode.
That's what I'm saying. It's like no one's fucking opinion matter. Like everyone who's just like a adult, everyone who's this peon, like it's your job to watch the show. They have the internet.
Yeah.
So they think that their opinion is worth something.
Sure.
Just because you can show your opinion to everyone, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's like worth a shit. You could either like it or not like it.
For sure,
And I
yeah.
think a lot of people's like, I think a lot of people, depending on how impressionable you are, your like enjoyment of a show could be hindered by a bunch of like dolts' opinion about the show.
Sure. Or I mean, yeah, there are impressionable people for sure, but there's also like
Doesn't that suck though if you're watching something and you're like, I really like this, and then you look on Rotten Tomatoes and it has like a 45 and you're like, maybe I shouldn't like
dude,
this.
it kind of happens a lot for me. Like I'll watch something and be like, really, nobody else fucking like this? Like that's crazy. It makes me feel strange, but
that
I like
dumbs down who you genuinely are.
Sure.
If you're like, if you connect with something and then you go to the gray matter fuckhole that's the internet and be like, but no one else like this, that sucks. I guess I'll have to switch up my opinion. I guess I'm wrong. And you're going against what you genuinely feel just because other people are like, that's high school shit.
I also think that like the debate is fun. Like I like when people have a really grossly different opinion. Like
Yes, but until it changes how you feel about the show.
But there's also things you learn that like you didn't quite know. Like, you know, like when other people are like, this is why I didn't like it. And you hear
'Cause
that.
everyone on it's a sex
and you're
offender.
like, oh, interesting. I guess I didn't think about that perspective of it. And it might make me even realize that something I didn't like, I actually liked when you hear someone's perspective of it. You know, like I wouldn't want everyone to agree on everything.
I just don't like when people are talked out of things they genuinely
Yeah.
like because of like the court of public opinion.
But I like to be talked
Gay derogatory.
I like to be talked out of something I don't like. I like to be talked into liking it. I think that's a cool feeling.
That's positive.
Yeah.
The other thing is negative.
I think it just happens. Like it's the nature of art.
I'm not debating that it happens. I'm saying that it sucks because
sucks.
it goes against your what your brain chemistry
Yeah.
likes. And to be talked out of something that gave you like genuine joy that sucks.
Sure. It means that you were already on the edge of being talked out of shit. You're an impressionable person, I think, and then maybe that's something that needs to be worked on in some ways. But you could stick in your convictions and be like, I don't care if people don't like it. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's why anyone listens to the show.
Yeah.
And then they show somebody else and they're like, what the fuck? Is this someone looking for a radio station?
and they can't decide which radio station they want.
And the people who are like, I like it. Fuck you. I'm getting a tattoo of a horn.
I love that. Those are the fun
Those
ones.
people don't give a fuck
Those
about
are our
Rotten
people.
Tomatoes.
All right, let's do this last history road and then we could say goodbye. This is Jesse Stillwell, who recorded a history road for us.
Whoa.
There's actually it's actually a file that we can play. So let's check this out.
It's called
Hey,
Cold
Mike and
Water.
Steve, you boys were talking about dads
Why is
seeing
it
their
so
sons' dicks
clear?
and sons seeing their...
He's got a good, nice mic.
Is he here sitting on the table?
He's got a nice. He's you know, Jesse makes music,
Yeah, dude.
and I think he wants to have good equipment and shit, and it shows.
He sounds more.
Hey, Mike and Steve, you boys were talking about dads seeing their sons' dicks and sons seeing their dads' dicks. And, well, I had a dad who went to Vietnam and grew up in a real poor family of 15 people. So you can imagine he didn't really care about being naked in front of people, especially his family. My mom didn't care either, but I don't really know what her deal was. I just know that my dad had like the perfect cocktail of life history to make you not give a fuck about people seeing your dick. So I saw both of them completely naked on a regular basis until I was in my late teens, and I definitely saw them pissing and shitting all the time. We shared a bathroom.
No
And I
doors.
still vividly remember their ass, titties, dick, and pussy facade.
That's beautiful.
Because it was just normal for me, and I think I thought that everybody's family was like that.
How would
but
you
it
know?
turns out, like much of my childhood, nah, that was probably weird. But now I have a history road about it. I have a story about this one time that I saw my dad's hanging meat. When I was 15 or so, I walked into our kitchen at something like 4 a.m.
What
looking for
audiobook
a
is
snack.
this?
I
Charles
am and always
Bukowski.
have been a night owl, so it's fairly normal for me. And it looked like the typical scene. It wasn't well lit. The light above the stove was on, and our front porch light was always on. And that created like just enough ambient light to get around in the kitchen. So I would do that. And I had my head sticking in the refrigerator like the kid from the Sunny D commercial. I was just looking for something to munch on.
Purple
when
stuff.
I heard something. It sounded like
heard his penis.
boots walking
That's
on fresh
good.
snow outside, which if you've ever heard that, then you can imagine it. And that's a sound that never goes away. It's just snow being packed by feet. And I froze like a fight or flight thing because we lived in a clearing in the middle of 40 acres of fucking nothing. It was just woods
Stillwell compound.
and animal bones, I imagine. It was a couple miles away from anyone else with a pulse, so my threat detection
Animals' bones.
was always turned up
By
to
Stephen
11 when I
King.
heard anything outside. So I was just going through the Rolodex of things that could kill me, just frozen there. You got a bear, you got humans, mean dog,
It's like a Theo Vaughn story.
wolf, maybe. I used to think there were sharks in the pond.
There's this wolf that
the
lived in my
woods. There
neighborhood,
was like
man.
a little shitty pond. I used to think there were sharks in there because I was, stupid. Anyway, I was going through the Rolodex, and then the doorknob started turning, and it cracked open, and I heard something being scraped on the concrete steps just outside of my view. And then I figured it out. It was boots. And it was a sound I'd heard a lot. It's just my dad like cleaning off his boots before he walks in. But when he did walk in, he was butt ass naked, and all he had was like Timberlands and a hunting hat on, like a blazer orange hunting hat. And he was holding a shotgun in one hand. I was in kind of a state of shock at first, but when we met eyes and he saw my befuddlement, he said he thought he heard something outside. Which checked out because my dad was a big thought he heard something guy. I think it was the Vietnam that made him so hyper vigilant about hearing something. And now that I think about it, one time I went to wake my uncle up from a nap and he pulled a shotgun out on me. So I guess the men in my family just didn't like to hear something, is what I'm thinking.
You always let a sleeping
and
dog
I don't like
lie.
it either because I was freaking out when I heard something and it was my dicks out dad. But I skipped the get violent about it gene somehow, and I just got the chicken shit quick hide gene instead. Anyway, I started laughing because that's my move. And my mom had woken up and stumbled into the kitchen, and she started laughing really loud. And then we had a good little family moment right there in the kitchen. And I imagine my dad's dick was flopping up and down with every heaving laugh.
And we took a quick picture for the Christmas card.
And that's my story. I have another one too, if you'd like to hear it. But for now, the celebrity I'd like to hear winning a scratch-off ticket is Owen Carter. You guys have a great rest of your day and a good weekend, and I'll see you on the internet.
Great job, Justin. Really terrific. Really hi-fi story.
Yeah, that was great. Concise. It kept your attention.
I learned a lot. I learned that bravery skips a generation.
Yeah, nice work, Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse got the flight, whereas his dad had the fight.
Yeah. Everyone can't have the fight. That's exhausting.
Yeah, send in some more of those, Jesse. That was really nice, and it was very wonderful. Owen Carter. Okay, Owen Carter winning the lottery.
Who's Owen Carter?
That's the and action.
Who's Owen Carter?
Well, Owen would never buy a lottery ticket.
Owen.
Owen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Owen.
the celebrity?
Yeah, that's what Jesse said. Jesse
Oh.
said he wanted Owen.
I didn't know who Owen Carter
He
was.
doesn't know the last name.
Is that his
ONC.
Audi name?
Owen C.
Owen?
Owen, first of all, wouldn't. Well, Owen actually just wouldn't buy a lottery ticket.
Okay.
That was a headgum podcast.